Happy noon, everybody. Thanks for joining me for today's Take 10 Tuesday. This is not live. I'm actually on a silent retreat, but I wanted to make sure that we maintain the consistency in these Facebook lives. Last week, we talked a little bit about the 3 stages of grounding for stability. And we looked at the 52 card pickup and how, the chaos of sometimes in our lives, the chaos that builds, the drama that sometimes builds, whether it's at work or at home, is similar to 52 cards just flying all over the place. And the 3 stages for grounding for stability is just allowing the chaos to be there, but quieting. So that we aren't adding to the cards that are up there. We're not adding to the wind. We're not adding to the chaos. And by quieting, it moves us into the next phase of this, which is settling. Everything just settles down. We see the cards drop, and this gives way for the final step, which is focusing. Brushing away the cards that don't matter and looking at what is important and just noticing the cards that really need to be dealt with. It is really a way of bringing true perspective to our lives and knowing that things that happen don't have to be these big emotional events. We have choice to bring perspective and to see it for what it is: upsetting, disappointing, and uncomfortable. And we simply feel those things as we quiet and focus and settle into a grounded state. But one of the realities is that we aren't raised to deal with emotions in a healthy way. We haven't been taught this. And what we have been taught is to avoid them, change the subject, make a joke, deny them as if we were allergic to them or as if we weren't affected at all by them, or build them, adding more drama and feeling as if we were addicted to them. And we have this range among these 3, depending on how we were raised and how we cultivated our adulthood. But putting this practice of grounding takes some time. And I got a little story for you. I do not like coming home to a mess like this. My family knows it. And when I come home to a mess, especially when I wasn't really deep into my practice, this is what happened. Yeah, that's about right. But it was all in my head. The thoughts, my brain would come in with, they left this all for me because they know I'll end up cleaning it. And I'd get angry and frustrated and think they're just lazy, and then ticked off because they did it again, because I've told them how many times this is frustrating to me, feeling that nobody listens to me, and I built the drama more so that there was, that idea of addiction to emotions. Nobody has respect in this house. You can tell. I mean, when we get to this stage where smoke is literally coming out of our ears, but we can build this drama up when we don't have the practice of noticing. That practice of quieting allows us to watch the brain. And really, fight or flight over a messy kitchen? We have 3 things that get us to this place: our thoughts, our emotions, and our bodies. We notice that our brain is coming in with these thoughts that really maybe aren't even true, just creating stories, pulling in past experiences. That hooks our emotions. And when our emotions, we're frustrated and are angry, our bodies respond with high blood pressure. We've talked about a couple of these things in previous Facebook Lives. And what really is important is settling in and noticing what really is the thing to focus on here. And when we're rooted and paused in these stages, things like this come up. Instead of attacking people and saying, you didn't clean this up, we begin to notice the brain feeding thoughts and hooking the emotions and staying grounded and centered, even though we're noticing that. And then we connect instead of attack. And we can say something like, wow, you guys look like you were really busy in the kitchen tonight. What did I miss? And maybe the response is, hey, the kids made dinner. It was sweet. And I promised them that I'd clean up since they made dinner, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Can you imagine if I came in screaming and yelling when this sweet thing had already happened, where these kids are making dinner for my husband? It's sometimes we have these responses and the reactions are hurting not only ourselves, but the people we love the most in the world. So allowing ourselves to be aware of our thoughts, our emotions, and our physical bodies are really three key things in the practices of Taiji and Qigong and yoga and meditation. Because we don't have to act from those three places in our bodies. We can get information from them and move from the essence of who we are. And then we have a nice family dinner. Just so you know, I know none of these people. This is nobody in my family. So the gift of these practices really is to notice the tools we have, our physical, emotional, and mental centers, but act from our center, from the essence of who we are. Thank you so much for joining me today. And again, if you want a quick free practice, go to our website, try the quick Taiji practice, just clicking on this Try Tai Chi. And I also want to let you know that we are starting something very exciting in a couple of weeks online. And I will tell you more of that when we get closer to the date. Until then, have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Go forth and breathe.